Привет! Today I would like to read you a short story of Russian, Soviet children writer whose name is Viktor Dragunsky, and he was the most famous in Russian Soviet Union for his series of stories about a boy named Denis, and he was named actually after the writer's son. And the stories are about his everyday life, some funny cases which happened with him or his surrounding or his best friend whose name was Mishka, and so on. So actually, when I was preparing a video about Russian versions of Western male names, I remembered about this story, and I decided to read it to you. It's pretty short, but I find it's quite funny. And again, I would like to give you some notes before start reading, because I want to give you more understanding in some small stuff. For example, about the names. There are several names, like for example Pavля. Pavля, it's a joke name of Pavel, which is a Russian version of name Paul, and actually I never met this variant of this name anywhere except this story, so yeah, it's some specific of this story that his name is Pavля here. The next name is Petya. Petya is the Russian version of name Pete. And it also plays some role in the story. And the third thing is the game, which is mentioned in the story. Its name is Lapta, and to tell you the truth, I didn't know what the game it is, because I heard several times, or maybe many times, but I didn't really take care. It wasn't so interesting for me, but this time I decided to check, to explain, and I was surprised because Lapta, it's a Russian traditional version of baseball. So it appeared before baseball, I guess, well, the modern baseball itself. It's simpler, it's much simpler, and nowadays it's not popular at all. I never seen it, I never heard about it. I just heard this word, and I didn't know what the game it is. So yeah, I also make some how to say it, new explorations for myself while filming this. The story's name is Pavlia the Englishman, and as in previous times, I'll give the subtitles so you can turn them on when I start reading, so maybe it will be easier for you to follow the story then. And let's begin. The story's name is Pavlia the Englishman. Tomorrow is the 1st of September, said Mom. So autumn has arrived, and you'll be going into 2nd grade. Oh, how time flies. And in honor of this occasion, Dad chimed in, let's sacrifice a watermelon. He took a knife and cut into the watermelon. As he sliced it, there was such a full, pleasant green crackle that my spine went cold just from the anticipation of eating that watermelon. I was already opening my mouth to sink my teeth into a pink slice when suddenly the door swung open and Pavlia walked into the room. We were all overjoyed because he hadn't visited us in a long time and we had missed him. Wow, look who is here, said Dad. It's Pavlia himself. Sit with us, Pavlik. Have some watermelon, said Mom. Deniska, move over. I said hi and made room for him next to me. Hi, he said and sat down. We began to eat, and we ate for a long time in silence. None of us felt like talking. Why talk when your mouth is full of such deliciousness? When Pavli was given the third piece, he said, I love watermelon. I really do. My grandmother never lets me eat full of it. Why not? Asked Mom. She said that after watermelon I don't really sleep. I just run around all night. That's true, said Dad. That's why we eat watermelon early in the morning. By evening its effects wear off and you can sleep peacefully. Go ahead and eat, don't be afraid. I'm not afraid, said Pavlia. We all returned to the task and fell silent again for a long time. When Mom started clearing the rings, Dad said, Hey, Pavlia, why haven't you visited us in so long? Yeah, I said. Where have you been all this time? What have you been doing? At that, Pavle puffed himself up, turned red, glanced around, and then cautiously dropped, as if reluctantly. What have I been doing? What have I been doing? I've been studying English, that's what. I was completely taken aback. I immediately realized that I had wasted my entire summer messing around with hedgehogs, playing lapta, doing trivial nonsense. But Pavle, he hadn't wasted his time. No way. He had been working on himself, raising his level of education. He had been studying English, and now he could probably correspond with English pupils and read English books. I immediately felt like I was dying of envy, and then Mom added, "See, Deniska, learn from him. This isn't just lapta." "Good for you," said Dad. "I respect that." Pavle beamed. A student came to visit us, Seva. He studies with me every day, for 2 whole months now. He's been working with me to the bone. "What, is English hard?" I asked. "Insanely hard," Pavle sighed. "No wonder it's hard," Dad chimed in. "It's so complicated that Devil himself would break his leg. The spelling is very tricky. You write Liverpool, but you pronounce Manchester." "Right," I said. "Isn't that true, Pavle?" "It's a real disaster," said Pavle. "I've been exhausted from these lessons. I even lost 200 grams. "So why aren't you using your knowledge, Pavle?" said Mom. "Why didn't you say hello to us in English when you came in?" "We haven't covered hello yet," said Pavle. "Well, you just ate some watermelon. Why didn't you say thank you?" "I did say thank you," said Pavle. "Yes, but you said it in Russian, not in English." "We haven't gotten to thank you yet," said Pavle. "The pronunciation is very difficult." Then I said, "Pavle, teach me how to say 1, 2, 3 in English." "I haven't learned that yet," said Pavle. "Then what have you learned?" I shouted. "In 2 months you must have learned at least something." "I learned how to say Petya in English," said Pavle. "Well, how do you say it?" "Pete," Pavle announced triumphantly. "In English, Petya is Pete." He laughed joyfully and added, "Tomorrow I'll go to class and say to Petya Gorbushkin, 'Pete, oh Pete, give me an eraser.' He'll probably open his mouth wide and not understand a thing. What a riot, right, Denise?" "Right," I said. "So what else do you know in English?" "That's it for now," said Pavle. So that was the story. I hope that it was interesting for you, and I will be happy to read your opinion in the comments, so feel free to share. And for today, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and пока-пока.